You know what? It seems like every time I get annoyed, it's right after I've woken up and I'm just pissed off at the world, and that's when I make my best business rants. So this one is simply put, ideas are worthless. Now, I'm not supposed to be catchy or any sort of shit like that. It's just that the worst mistake, well, one of the worst mistakes that younger people make, I made it too, so I'm not blaming anybody else. It's just kind of like the American like dream assumed by movies, is that you come up with a great idea and then you can sell it and somebody else executes it and that's the easy part and you're the genius for making the idea. That is bullshit. That is absolutely incorrect. Simplest reason why. I'll just summarize the whole video right now for you guys that have a short attention span. It's simply because making the idea come to life is actually going to change the idea. I guarantee you, especially let's talk about apps because that's the most common one that I'll see private messages and I'll see especially Alan Wong get on his public page is I'll see people say, "Hey, I've got an idea. Alan, will you program it?" Or Rob, "Hey, do you know somebody who can program this?" I'll give them a couple bucks and then I'll make millions. Does not work that way. As soon as you start programming, you're going to see why it hasn't been made before. You're also going to see the limitations as to why it can't be made easily. Your program will change simply by trying to make it. That's all there is to it. That's that simple. Your idea will change trying to make it happen. You'll realize, okay, well, this is actually the more difficult way to make it. You know what, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go this path instead. And that's probably the best analogy for every idea, not just apps or anything like that. Start a business. Start a detailing business. Oh, you know what? I'm going to do this. This is my idea. I'm going to make this wrapping business. It sure as hell is not going to end that way. You're going to end up having to do this. You're going to meet this one customer who's got an Aventador, and then he's going to recommend his friends, but you have to eat shit for 3 months because you're just washing cars instead. That's how it really happens. And simply put, because again, I'm all about ranting right now, simply put, when your idea is working is because it feels like hard work. It doesn't look like the movies. It's not like, oh my God, I got this idea. Let me take it to the bank and let me go celebrate. Not that at all. Not one bit. So what's important to know, simply put, that's the theme. That'll just be the title of this video, simply put, is ideas are worthless. There are tons of them. For example, the reason that made me rant is Facebook released an app called Facebook Moments, and I didn't look at it for the last couple weeks because I thought that was like their version of, hey, a year ago you were time lapsing and doing coke with Marilyn Manson or something like that. I thought it was a way back sort of app. It's not. It's an app that lets you share photos with friends. And I'm not trying to advertise it. That's not the point. The point is that was actually part of the app that I built for photo sorting. Is that the public or the sharing part, the part where you could share your photos from events. I actually built that. It actually did work. It just looked like shit, and I didn't release it because I knew it wasn't good. But somebody else came up with it. You out of 1 out of 7 billion people, you're not the only person to come up with that idea. You have to check your ego at the door, and don't put too much pride in the fact that you can come up with things that nobody else can. That you're going to get hurt really bad. I know firsthand. You're not the only genius, you're not the only smart person, and you're by far not the best person at something. You're the best person with your combination of skills, background, and all of that. But there's somebody out there that's at a big corporation that's already tossed out the idea of, hey, why don't we do this? And, for various reasons, it's either being worked on and you don't know about it, or they think, that's not viable and you'll find that out firsthand and waste tons of time and money. There's a lot of reason why ideas that haven't been come to fruition, there's a lot of reasons why, obviously. But you just don't think that way. When you come up with an idea, you're like, the world should have this. Why isn't it there? There's a lot of good reason. Same reason, or same thing, like if you've ever been in the political world, if you've ever been in politics, the worst thing, or a lot of people will make fun of people that say, there should be a law. Oh, there probably already is, and you probably don't know about it, or it's not being enforced properly, and so on. That's kind of a joke inside of the lobbyist realm, as I've found out, is that they'll make fun of people who say there should be a law. Just like, I've got a great idea. There's a lot of those sort of things. And it's your job to bring it to fruition, to bring it to reality, because it changes the moment you do that. So that's just a nice little rant on saying that action is probably more important than ideas. Yeah, sure, start with a good idea, but the action will change it. So I'm gonna be doing business videos every Thursday, and if it's not a business video, it'll be a car video. But these sort of rants, and I think are the most productive use of my time, and we'll see how this goes moving forward.